What do you do with your favorite cracked cymbal?
Oof. So here, can you see that? Look at that crack. Jeez. Yeah, so that's a crack. One of my favorite cymbals. I'm gonna see if I can cut it out. With my limited knowledge of doing such a thing. Let's see what happens. So I woke up early, just to get some work done while everybody was kind of chilling, and I was doing some research. And here's what I found. I guess I'm making a quick run to Harbor Freight. Let's go. Thankfully, there's a Harbor Freight very close to our house, right in Yonkers, right on Tuckahoe Road, so I just jetted over there really quickly. It was actually the first time I had been there. It was really nice. Yes, got it. And just in case, grab this. Here we go. Don't look at anything else so we don't spend any extra money. And we're out. Proud of you, Granville. Good job. Alright, let's get back to the cymbal. So, this is the cymbal. Oriental Crash of Doom. Little crack. It's actually two cracks right beside each other, but that's a longer crack. Use this Pokemon ball real quick. Cool. Yeah, let's make the curve a little nicer. Here we go. Alright, it's raining today. It's pretty horrendous, but don't want to be doing this inside because get a little smelly, and I don't want metal chips everywhere. Here's the gear that I grabbed. Got some extra diamond cutters, but it comes with a ton of stuff, which is pretty cool. But this is the guy. Alright. So I have to unscrew this. There's like the holder for the diamond cutters. I don't know the technical terms for these things, but basically there's some attaching involved, and that makes me a little nervous because, you know, I don't want anything flying. So let's get this right. Little screw, couple little washers. Gotta maneuver the little diamond disc in there. Alright, we figured it out. Just gonna screw that on there. Perfect. Tighten it as tight as possible with this little tiny wrench. I would probably suggest even getting a tinier tool. Now, I messed up trying to figure out how to get this on at first. I couldn't really figure it out, but the manual wasn't very helpful. But what you have to do is you have to take the thing all the way off, and then there's like a little gold piece on the inside right there, and then you got to slide that back on. I did that pretty quickly, but I forgot to put the guard back on, so we're going to do that. The guard is pretty helpful. That shield protects your eyes, protects your hands, your arms from any kind of like metal floating. And it's got a couple of speeds, which is really cool. Alright, so before I get started on this, making sure I got good eye protection on. Oop. And I'm going to wear long sleeves so that chips don't get in here. Kind of want to use gloves, but I want some precision. Okay, so I'm going to test it out, take my time, and let's see how this goes. Yeah, I found that with the diamond, that little disc, it was a little challenging getting in there. I'd watched a few videos on YouTube, and it looked very smooth the way folks were doing it, but what I'm going to assume is that the unit that folks were using, whether it's a Dremel or anything, it probably had a lot more power. This cordless unit had a tendency to overheat a little bit, and when it did, it would automatically shut off, which is a pretty good fail-safe. but just kind of an FYI. Yeah, it's probably better for me because sometimes I go way too hard, and I can break a tool if I'm not careful. So this was pretty smart and quite handy. So yeah, there were a couple of things I discovered in the process as far as the different attachments. Yeah, I got kind of close to the line. I wanted to have some distance to make sure. You see me using a file there, but I wasn't getting any headway to like get any further in. And I was using this stone piece that was pretty coarse and was working pretty well, but then this is what I should have been using the whole time. They have a ton of these sandpaper attachments, and they're perfect. They just ate. Look at that. It's just eating away at the cymbal. I was like, man, I should have done the whole thing with that. It'd taken me 5 minutes. I mean, I don't know if that's wise. You should probably use the diamond cutter thing first. But anyway, I learned through trial and error here. But look at that, though. Bro, this was the one. That's the one, guys. That's the one. This one. Woo! After that, I went and found some 220 grit sandpaper. Yo, I really fixed the cymbal. I'm flabbergasted. I mean, it's a nice little, you know what I'm saying? It's got this business happening. That's what it is. But man. All that racket is gone.